primary, or I mean, I know these things sort of take a lot of time. I mean, what's your hope there?
Carl, that's a great question. You know, I truly believe in the Florida Elections Commission, and obviously we have no control over the process. I think that they will probably work in the best interest of everybody and do the best they can to bring resolution to this. But as it is to the actual time frame, that's a question for the Elections Commission.
I guess some of these mailers have been out for a while now. If I'm not mistaken. Why now?
Well, we want to do our thorough investigation to make sure that we are all parties. If you file complaints, they need to be taken seriously.
I can clarify on that. The mailer hit mailboxes on July 19th.
Correct.
And we wanted to make sure that the reporting hearing was closed and that we could check to see whether the appropriate contribution expenditure reports were made, because obviously that would have complied with the law. Once the hearing closed, which was only on the 29th, we saw that the legal disclosures were not made, had been apparently violated, so we filed this complaint really at the earliest possible time after the reporting hearing closed and our due diligence was completed.
Carl, if you look at that board right there, where it's the dark money mailer, and you look where it says paid electioneering communication paid for by Save Our City. Save Our City does not exist. If you do a search through the Florida elections database for political action group, it's not there. Duval County, it's not there. Leon County, it's not there. Now, if they made a mistake and misprinted, well, they still have an obligation to fully disclose who they are under the law. So which is it?
So Save Our City doesn't exist, but Saving Our City does.
So if it is a typo, what kind of a calculated effort is that on behalf of the candidate collection? Are you trying to mislead voters, or are you just not up for the job and able to handle the details of communicating properly? I mean, the law is the law, and everyone should be held accountable.
What's the crux of the violation in terms of coordination?
Sure. Glenn?
So when you, just the factual basis, the mailers are very similar in appearance. They've got the same color scheme, they've got similar verbiage, they've got the same exact people in the photos used in the Dozier campaign mailer and the dark money mailer. When you also look on this board here, you can see that the same vendor paid for the postage for both the Dozier campaign mailer and the dark money mailer. You could also see there's an identifier here, KDM 22_002_E, and then here, that's the Dozier campaign. On the dark money mailer, it's the same series of numbers, but it's 003. That's vendor code for when you produce these mailers. It's the very next in the series. So on the first one, that was made for the Dozier campaign. The second one is made for the dark money committee.
So coordination is not allowed. Even if Save Our City was a legitimate operation, coordination is not allowed.
Coordination is allowed under certain circumstances. It couldn't have coordination if there was an independent expenditure. But what's going on here is that it appears that the Dozier campaign is using this committee to do some of its dirty work by launching a negative campaign using the same vendor. It's fine to use the same vendor if they're not engaging in independent expenditures, but the problem is they didn't properly disclose the identity of the committee, and nobody reported the contributions or the expenditures. And I think that's the real story, because transparency is key.
That's right.
Florida law is very simple when it comes to campaign finance. You have to report who gives it, and you have to report who gets it. And none of these parties did that.
None.
Mail houses